He's a doctor, but he hasn't got an ounce of medical experience.
No. He owns a police box, but he never calls for help.
And he's over 100 years old, but he still has his own teeth and his own hair.
Amazing. Who could it be? Well, all the way from Gallifrey, it's the doctor, of course, it's Matt Smith.
Yeah!
Very well. How are you?
Marvellous you're here.
Ah, nice to see you.
It's lovely to be back. Thank you for having me back.
Thank you very much for coming. Well, it's been quite a weekend for you, Matt. Now, Blackburn Rovers managed to stay in the Premier League.
Oh, God.
Good result. But you narrowly missed out on a BAFTA.
Yeah, I did.
Which event were you more tense about?
Oh, the football was bad. I mean, because, you know, with the BAFTAs, some you win, some you lose.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of how it goes. But if Blackburn go down, that's a whole summer ruined.
You heard on the way to the BAFTAs?
I heard on the way to the BAFTAs. So then I got out, and on the red carpet, it was glorious because I felt uplifted.
Marvellous, marvellous.
Oh, yeah, they stayed
I'm sure, Matt, that loads and loads of Whovians are going to be watching tonight, but I managed to offend quite a lot of them this morning. Put a little tweet out saying that you, Doctor Who, is coming on the show. Well, of course, you're not Doctor Who, are you?
The Doctor.
You're the Doctor who appears in Doctor Who.
Was there a backlash?
Oh, honestly, you can't believe it.
Big
Isn't
mistake.
mad?
Huge mistake. Massive mistake. Anyway, we know now. OK, so we really want to ask you what happens next Saturday in the episode, but you can't tell too much. Obviously, you might have to kill us or set some Daleks on us.
God, yeah.
But we will have a little chat about it later on.
Beautiful.
Good. You've had a serious back problem, haven't you? That unfortunately put an end to a really promising football career.
Yes.
So what happened then? What was the complaint?
Well, it came about as a result of playing too much football, I think, generally. I mean, I was at Leicester at the time, and it was number 5, it is, for me, which is, it was the white tissue around my back didn't regenerate. Regenerate, there we are. I'm that sad, that's really sad.
It's sonic screwdriver.
Oh, no.
Have had a serious back problem, haven't you? That unfortunately put an end to a really promising football career.
Yes.
So what happened then? What was the complaint?
Well, it came about as a result of playing too much football, I think, generally. I mean, I was at Leicester at the time, and it was number 5, it is, for me, which is, it was the white tissue around my back didn't regenerate. Regenerate, there we are. I'm that sad, that's really sad.
It's sonic screwdriver.
Oh, no, yeah. At the rate that it should, apparently, and it was called spondylitis.
Yep.
And therefore, it sort of just would have got thinner and thinner and just kept thinning. And eventually it would have needed an operation in sort of my early 20s. So I decided against going down that route and stopped playing football, sadly. You know.
Still active.
One of them things. Yeah, you know, I can still get about.
But although you have got a bad back, or did have a bad back, you still do some of your own stunts in Doctor Who, don't you?
Yeah, I try to do all of them.
Good. We'll have a little chat about that in a second.
Big fan?
Oh,
Indiana
massive
Jones?
fan. He's the man, yeah. I love it. It's there's that great moment where there's that guy with the sword going... He just gets his guns out and goes... Poof. And apparently, it's because they had trained for a fight. They'd done a big, huge fight for it. But Harrison Ford hurt his back and couldn't do it, so he just went, I'm just going to shoot him instead, and bopped him.
No.
Yeah.
Good info.
But Vic, what a legend. And Vic Armstrong's book, The True Adventures of the World's Greatest Stuntman, is out now.
Yes. And as we were saying, you have done your own stunts on Doctor Who. It must be quite difficult, though, because as an actor, I'm sure you really want to push yourself, but you have to be sensible, obviously.
Yeah.
What type of things have you done, then, on Doctor Who?
Oh, we do all sorts of stuff, you know. I mean, a great credit has to go to those guys because they take all the hits and do all the falls. But obviously, you do parts of it. You'll do part of a fall, or you'll land into it. But I try and do as much as I can because it sort of helps me get into the scene.
Is it your decision of where you actually draw the line?
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, this is falling down a slide.
Now, in fairness, I've seen scarier slides in Leisure Centres.
They built that, and me and Karen were like, "Whoa, you built us a whole slide." And we had to climb up it and slide down. It was but then it quickly wore off because we were in that goop all day, and it was horrendous. Cabbage in it and all sorts.
It's quite a thud though at the bottom. Did you get?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was
Hip
all.
replacement it'll be, you
I
are.
know, right? Yeah, I'll be honest.
Now then, talking of doubles, in Saturday's episode we see 2 of you.
Yes.
And it's a 2-parter. The first one's on last Saturday. Can you give us a little bit of background?
Well, the Doctor meets his doppelganger in the form of a monster. However, with the Doctor, unlike anyone else, you know, he's sort of met his dream match because he's the cleverest and the vainest man in the world, sadly. But we learn there's a great cliffhanger actually at the end of this next episode. I can't say about who. But it's the biggest one of the season so far, so... and it's a whopper. I sort of really fell off my... Yeah, it's a real whopper. It's one of those No.
No.
Right, well,
Yeah.
you heard it here first. So let's have a little look. Let's have
Okay.
a preview of Saturday's episode.
Cool.
I'm glad we're on the same wavelength. See, great minds. Exactly. So, what's the plan? Well, save them all, humans and gangers. Tall order. Sounds wonderful. Is that what you were thinking? Yes. It's just so inspiring to hear me say it.
Come on.
So, what now, Doctor? Well, time to get cracking, Doctor.
Brilliant. How did you film that then?
Well, you do it once, and then a bit like kind of you guys have an earpiece in, and you have the lines replayed in your ear, and then you do it again, but you're doing it to no one, and you've got to match what you've done. Does this make sense? You've got to
Yeah.
match
Yeah.
the first version you've done. So if there's Dr. A, he says all his lines, and then Dr. B's hearing Dr. A's
It
lines.
must take ages, though.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And that was in it was in the middle of December in Castles, and it was shatteringly cold. Yeah.
Are you quite... Because you do actually watch yourself back, don't you? You're quite pleased when you see that, then?
Oh no, yes. I mean, I think all actors have a sort of a knee-jerk reaction to themselves, but yes, rather shamefully, I do watch myself every Saturday in Doctor Who, and
Yeah.
I enjoy them. I think they're good.
That's brilliant.
Now, amongst Matt's many claims to fame is his 12th place in this year's GQ magazine's Best Dressed Man list.
Oh, 12.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay.
Right.
Very smart.
Well, talking of getting in touch, we've been inundated with tweets and emails and stuff on Facebook with you here. So, loads of questions. First of all, who came up with the idea of the bow tie?
I'm taking that one.
That's your... Really?
Yeah, and because I had the tweed blazer on, which was actually Piers' idea, the producer.
Yeah.
And I said, "There's something missing," and I said, "Can I try on a bow tie?" And they went, "Oh, yeah." And I put it on, and they went, "Ah, actually, it works perfectly."
And
so,
do you
Yeah,
tie it
it does
yourself?
work.
yes.
You do?
No, you don't.
Seriously, if you need
Come
lessons.
on.
Honestly, he taught me how to do it on Strictly.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Honestly, it's not that
All
difficult.
this comes back to Strictly.
Yeah. Favourite episode that you've filmed so far?
Probably Day of the Moon, because we got to go to the States, and I thought it was brilliantly ambitious.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
We've got one here. It says, my 5-year-old daughter Saffron is an absolute huge Doctor Who fan. She would like to know, what monster do you find the most scary, and what is your favourite monster?
The Silents are, I think, the most scary. My favourite is either the Silents or the Weeping Angels.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there more pressure playing the Doctor than there is with other roles that you've taken on?
Yes.
Why do you say that?
Well, because it's so loved by people, and it's
Yeah.
and it's part of our sort of heritage and culture in a way that other parts aren't. And yeah, the first couple of months when I took on the job, and obviously David was so hugely popular as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sort of, you're going, oh God, please don't hate me, world. But it's a good pressure.
Yeah, but when people think
Yeah.
of the Doctor now, they do think of you.
Oh, that's nice.
Honestly, it's been
Thank you.
super... Honestly, had you tonight.
Thank you.
That's all for tonight. Thank you so much, Matt, for coming in.
Thanks for having me on.
Saturday, BBC One, 6:45 p.m.
Well, it's just too good to be true. Frankie Valli will be here tomorrow. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks again, Matt. Brilliant.